As you know, I'm Jenny Ojala. Been a board member for almost 3 years. I was elected and started serving on the board in August of 2016, so I'm almost to the 3-year mark. I've been part of the WCA community since my daughter started kindergarten in 2012, and now have a 6th grade daughter, a 4th grade son, and a 1st grade son. So got kids almost all across the board at the schools. In my previous life, before I became a stay-at-home mom, I was a police officer up in Vail, Colorado. And I also helped train cadets as a training supervisor at the Colorado Police Corps Academy in Golden. I got married and moved to Windsor in 2004. In addition to being a stay-at-home mom, I do a little bit of dabbling here and there. I do some construction project management for my dad's construction company. And I also own and operate a small cleaning business here in town. WCA is near and dear to my heart. My daughter started out here as a little 5-year-old, and I love this community. I love the people here. I love being a part of the governance. I have learned so much over the last 3 years, and I feel like as I look back from the beginning of my board position back in August of 2016 to now, this school has undergone an incredible amount of growth. Back when I started, we had just transitioned to being a 4-track. The vote had occurred to approve a 4-track elementary school. So we went from having 3 classes per grade to 4 classes per grade, and the proposition of an additional track to make 5 tracks was on the table. So in the fall of 2016, the vote for that came up again, and in a split vote, it was decided that we would transition to that 5-track elementary school. And all that got this started was that we had decided to become a K-12 school with an early college, high school, and so we needed to have a strong elementary school. As simple as that sounds now, it wasn't that simple back then. We were a community that was divided. There was a lot of emotions were really running high at that point, and I quickly realized when I became a board member that this was no small undertaking. It's not, you don't just get up there and make decisions here and go through the elementary school the next day or the next week without hearing about it. And so navigating that, navigating those opposing perspectives and those frustrations and emotions and those concerns amongst administration, staff, and stakeholders was difficult. It was a steep learning curve, but I feel that when I look back over the last 3 years, I am proud of what we've done as a school. We have navigated that. Maybe sometimes some of us not with grace, myself absolutely being one of those people, but we've come to a place where we are growing, we are thriving, we are a sought after school. And my hope is that in continuing as a board member, I can help continue us or help guide us on that trajectory. As I considered the pros and cons of running for re-election, I struggled with the decision. My kids said, "Mom, no, we want you home those nights." There's a lot of times when we're gone for meetings in the afternoon, or I run my kids home after school and run right back for a 3-hour meeting. But I realized how much experience and understanding I've gained of this process over the last few years, and I feel like I'm at such an advantage at this point in my board career, so to speak, to continue, and I really feel I have a lot to offer. Learning how to navigate relationships between the board and school administration, staff, and stakeholders takes time. It's not an overnight thing. It's a delicate balance. It's not black and white. Understanding the role of a board member and speaking to the governance and not stepping too far into operations and trying to guide our administration on their day-to-day work is a difficult balance to strike. I think the experience that I have gained with striking that balance over the last 3 years is an asset to the school, and I hope that I can continue that work. An area that I feel is critical to continued excellence at our school is teachers. Our teachers are one of our greatest assets, and we have to be able to hire and retain excellent teachers so that we can best meet the needs of our students. It's so important to me that we show our teachers that they're valued. One important way we must do this is through competitive salaries. I promise I'm committed to working with my fellow board members and administration to find room in our budget to continue over time to increase our teacher salaries. I'm proud to say that as a board liaison to the School Accountability Committee, I have seen firsthand the efforts of our administrators to increase teacher satisfaction, work-life balance, and retention rates. I'm so impressed with the work they've done, and I'm confident that together we'll continue to improve this so that WCA can continue to say that its teachers are some of the best and the happiest around. As many of you know, the school board and administration here at Windsor Charter Academy have been in the beginning planning stages of an eventual gymnasium and auditorium addition. These facilities are needed. We're continuing to grow. We've outgrown our gymnasium. The auditorium that we use is the elementary school auditorium, which is also, coincidentally, the elementary school's gymnasium. We would love to be able to give our students the performing arts facilities and the athletic facilities that will help them to be able to excel at whatever areas their individual interests lie. But I commit to you that I'll be a voice during these planning stages and during the construction phase for fiscal responsibility, as I have been for the last several months of planning. I believe these buildings will be of great benefit to our students, but I know there has to be sufficient planning to ensure that they meet the needs of our students and teachers at a price that does not overextend our schools or take away from other important programs and expenses. So these are only a couple of the issues that the WCA board will face in the coming months and years. As you've seen tonight, the breadth of the issues that we cover is wide. We have a lot of things that come across this board desk, and I feel that it is my duty and my privilege to carefully consider the impact the work of the board will have on WCA students and stakeholders. I'm so proud to be a part of this community, and I hope you'll consider me for re-election for the board position for 2019. Thank you.